So welcome, I'm Nicole Fouché, and I'm so excited to introduce our guest today. Her name is Anuja. I've known Anuja probably for just over a year, and she's just had the most remarkable journey through pranic healing, and we've learned and grown together through the gift of pranic healing. And I'm really excited for her to share her personal journey of how pranic healing changed her life. So welcome, Anuja. Thank you for joining us today.
Namaste, Nicole. Thank you for inviting.
Absolutely. So the first question I always ask everybody, and it's something that I love to ask, is how did you get involved in pranic healing? Like, how did you find it? Like, what was the initiative that you needed to take to find pranic healing?
So I knew pranic healing from a couple of friends who follow it. So I knew there is something like Reiki because I was in Reiki back then. I still do Reiki, but I used to do more only Reiki at that time. And so I knew that there is something. One day I was just done with my workshop and I was sitting with myself, and it's a very pure time that I can spend with myself. A lot of insights, a lot of good gifts that come out of myself. So I asked that, how can I grow in my being? And right away, I see Master Joa's face in front of my eyes. And it was such a pure and divine time. I knew my guidance and I knew next step to take. So the very same day, within 30 minutes, I started looking up where are the classes for pranic healing. And I found Cynthia De Leon, and she was offering all 4 basic classes for pranic healing. And I was like, okay, sign up for all together. So I had a beautiful conversation with her. She satisfied all my needs, and I knew that's a way to start. So I did it.
So, and your story is so similar in some ways to mine, because I also had a background in Reiki, which is kind of like the world's intro to energy healing. And I mean, ultimately, that is what pranic healing is. It's a form of energy healing. And from there, my journey also grew into the pranic healing, and specifically the pranic healing classes. And when you said it, it covered all my needs. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, me too. Because there were so many different areas of my life that it impacted, where I was like, yes, it literally is covering all those check boxes. So if you don't mind sharing, like, what were your check boxes? Like, what in your life has pranic healing specifically had an impact on?
So I grew a lot with this beautiful journey of 2 years. I grew a lot in my spiritual practices. I'm more connected with myself. I'm more structured, very, very organized compared to where I was. Um, there is a beautiful energy. And when you start living with that, it's like a complete package. Let's put it that way to begin with. So there is a spiritual aspect of it, which is being satisfied, but then there is there is this aspect, practical aspect to it, where you just bring everything together and things start falling into its place. You just follow a few things in your life and things just work out. Sometimes people just come and give me what I need, um, give me answers, give me things that I need, and a lot can work out. So I think it's a complete package, which I love.
I like that. I like that. And I remembered one person saying, like, pranic healing is like a philosophy for life, because there's so many different things in life. Some things we can control, some things we can't control. And just having the gifts of pranic healing for your family, for your health, for unexpected things that happen in your life, for your soul evolution, there's always something in pranic healing that covers that. And that's the one thing that really kept me really interested and passionate about it as a system, because we don't know what's going to happen in our lives. And sometimes there's just stuff that happens and you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this? And then we go back to our teachings from Master Choa Koksui, who kept things so simple and so straightforward. And you just follow his techniques, you follow his guidance, and it literally is a recipe for having a successful life. So you can take those same principles and apply them to your business. You can take the same principles and apply them to the way you parent your children. You can take those exact same principles and apply them to have a healthy physical body, a healthy mental and emotional body, and a very deeply spiritual connection in your life. And for me, like, there's no other system that's as comprehensive as that when you look at what pranic healing has to offer. On a personal level, share some of how you've grown as a person. I seem to remember when I met you the first time, you were quite shy. You even talking on Zoom was like a little bit of a challenge for you. And I mean, now you're doing a podcast that we're just going to like share with everyone, and you seem so comfortable doing it. Share some of that story with me.
So I have seen so many beautiful healings in my journey. And what we think is a big issue, it may be nothing. It's a thought that made it like a mountain. But pranic healing has this beautiful psychotherapy section to it, where you just go and take out all the thought forms that are not serving you, and boom, that's gone. So I have seen it for myself. I've seen it for others, which is a gift in itself. If you think about today, who people who don't know about these energy modalities or how they can help themselves, how they can help others, they are literally suffering through it. Um, and the way they talk. So, that is a beautiful takeaway from pranic healing for me, that things are not as difficult as you think they are, and there are ways to heal. And when I go one step further, like this is about healing, right? Miraculous healing. Some people just lose their disease like this miraculously. Um, but there's one step forward. When you follow pranic healing meditations, beautiful, simple meditation, but when you follow, your vibrations really shift. Some people can realize it that they're shifting, some people cannot, which is okay. We don't have to be sensitive to know that something is happening. But if you just give it a shot for a small amount of time, as we say, that give it 21 days, to change any habit. So give it a short amount of time and you will see a beautiful change coming out your way. It just changes you from within. You become more positive. The right words come out of you. You can just connect with the other person, and life can be so much more beautiful.
I love
So
I love that.
yeah.
There's a couple of points I'm just like, oh my gosh, that is just amazing. So the first thing that you said that really resonated with me is that there are so many people that are suffering. And the one goal our teacher had, Master Choa Koksui, his goal in life was to ease the suffering of humanity. And I mean, to have that as your life goal, to ease the suffering of humanity, and this incredible system, I've just seen personally in my life with the clients and friends and family that I've introduced pranic healing to, it literally does help take that suffering and just make it so much easier to deal with. All of us on some level have dealt with grief and the loss of a loved one, the loss of a pet, the loss of a family member. And to be able to step in with tools that really help that person through that suffering, for me, I mean, that is just the most beautiful way to spend your life doing that work. The second thing you mentioned was very specifically with the pranic psychotherapy. So this is one of the workshops that we teach. And the pranic psychotherapy works very specifically with the mental and emotional cause of disease. And as most of us know, there's always a mental and emotional component to every physical disease that we have. And as Anuja was saying, sometimes it feels like the problem is worse than what it is. But being able to apply pranic psychotherapy and remove the thought form of stress from your system, and remove the thought form of anger from your system, and to remove the thought form of resentment or unforgiveness or hurt or betrayal or jealousy, whatever it is. These are all things that are sitting in our aura and our chakras that don't need to be there. And the fact that they're there, they are causing dis-ease in our systems. So having these tools at our disposal to really help people let that stuff go, literally, I mean, you can get the most incredible results in the shortest amount of time just applying these techniques in a proper way. And that's the thing I love about pranic healing, is it's incredibly safe. It's easy to use. And the last thing you said was you don't need any special gifts in order to do pranic healing. Literally, if there's an interest and you're able to read and you got two hands, you can do pranic healing. I mean, literally, it's like an all-inclusive club where people from all different walks of life can literally learn how to do this healing modality and do it really well, even just with one level certification. It's incredible. Anuja, if I had to say to you, imagine you're talking to somebody and you're like, I just need to leave you with this message. Like, what would that message be?
So one message that I really want everybody to have is there are different ways of living. One is a very narrow, shallow way of living, which usually we all live when we don't know about all this. And there is a large version of us and the grandest and the most beautiful life that we want to make. And everything we want, it is at our disposal. Are we in the receiving mode or are we in the denial mode? That's it. There's always a two-way system going on. Whatever we ask for, it is being given. So are we really asking for it, or are we really wasting our time criticizing, denying, not looking at the bigger picture that we can have? So this is very powerful, and I wish that everybody gives it a try. Be open. If you're going to lose something, that's all your negative energy, nothing else. Otherwise, you will gain.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And in fact, when I advertise my level 1 pranic healing workshop, the subtitle is Manifest Your Greatness. And I think you summed that up perfectly, because literally you are given the tools to live the most magnificent life, reach your full potential, and achieve your greatness. Everybody has a unique greatness within them. Maybe you've discovered it, maybe you haven't, but pranic healing is going to take that and literally bring that into your life. So thank you, Anuja. It was so lovely catching up with you. And I love hearing everybody's pranic healing stories, because they really inspire me. And it just shows me how diverse the impact of pranic healing is in everybody's lives. And everybody's got a unique story and a unique message to share. And that's what I'm enjoying sharing with everybody. So I thank you for your time and for being a member of the pranic healing community and just sharing your love and your insights with everyone. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely to be here. And thank you for everything.
Absolutely.
Atma Namaste.
Namaste.